Hi, how lovely to connect with you all. First of all, I was just going to come on to say hi to everybody. I'm on Instagram. Hi. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So first of all, I thought I would come on to just give a bit of a tarot reading for the weekend. So let me just interrupting the video saying hello, but it's so lovely to see so many people on. Great, thank you for joining. Right, first of all, just a general reading for the weekend, and then what I'll do is take some questions if anyone wants like a mini reading. Okay, so first of all, the energies for the weekend. Okay, right. Generally, I feel over the weekend there is a very happy vibe. There's a happy feeling, especially for those sort of staying at home, perhaps with family, or if not, just sort of a nice feeling inside. But interestingly, this card came up during the week, but it's still around. And this card is all about saying it feels like it feels like you've got some plans that you're just not doing. And the universe is sort of saying, yeah, you've got all that it takes to start doing this. Whether you've been dreaming about a trip, dreaming about doing a Facebook Live, dreaming about, going or doing something, ringing someone. This is sort of saying, do it. Don't just think about phoning someone, getting in touch with someone, starting a project. This is all about taking that leap of faith and starting to do it. So whatever it is you've been thinking about, it's not there for no reason. It's there because the universe has put that or helped put that thought into your mind, and that's why it's persistent. That's why it's continually there. It's there because it wants you to take notice of it. So it's saying start doing something. And so this is sort of just the general over the weekend, because interestingly enough, the next card in that is sort of saying once you start moving that energy, it feels like you start blooming, you start opening up. And the universe hears you, so you get your crown, because you started to take that movement and start doing things, start taking that leap of faith, taking that action, perhaps even reaching out for others for some help, because it feels like you're just starting. So maybe you need some help to get your next plans in, but it's definitely about actually getting up and doing it. So it's a really, really good idea to just do it. Reach out, ask a friend for advice, but just don't stay there, because this is all about sort of the negative side of what's going on. These two cards, these energies are all pushing you towards finding more happiness, more fulfillment by getting your plan off the ground, putting your plan into action and start doing it. And this is saying, the only thing that's really holding you back is lethargically or just your mind's putting fears in and a bit of hurting and the what if this happens and the what if that happens. And it's just like, well, yeah, shit happens in life, but sometimes you've just got to go ahead, trust the universe, and really just start going for it. So this card over the weekend, maybe it's time just to stop thinking, pick up the phone, start the project, book the tickets, start the plans, whatever it is. Just go ahead and do it, and it will bring you all this happiness and security and joy into your life. But more than that, it brings in this fulfillment, this lovely feeling of fulfillment. So first of all, thank you. I was trying to do that as quick as possible so I can get in and say hello to everybody. It's so wonderful to see you all. Wow, there's quite a few people on. That's lovely to connect with you. Hi, Josh. Wow, haven't seen you for ages. Lovely. I was going to say you look amazing, but that was going to be a lie because I can't actually see you, Josh. But it's lovely to see you all. Thank you, Julie. My hair looks great. Thank you. And hi, those on YouTube. First time I've been on live, so it's lovely. So tarot lover, yes, you can ask a question. So Whoever's got a question, post it on the screen. I'm going to be on for about half an hour. So please pop your questions up and I'll get to as many as possible. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with what's going on with my Pisces, Maurice. Okay, Heather. Just before we start, I must remind you that this is live. Other people can see, so don't ask questions that are too private or, you know, really in depth, like, is my husband cheating on me? And, you know, these really deep questions, because I'm only giving quick answers out and I don't want to get into anything too deep. So please just remember other people can see. Okay, right, Heather, what's going on with Maurice and yourself? Okay, right, what I feel is that it just seems to be a little bit stagnant. Let me just see why. Let me just have a little, awesome, get back to you in a few minutes. What's going on, Maurice? You know what, I feel that you and Maurice, it seems to have taken 2 steps forwards and 3 back. And I feel that a lot of it, I don't feel the relationship's over. It just seems to be going through a dip, if that makes sense to you. And what I feel it is that he has been through a lot of loss and hurt and perhaps mistrustful now, and maybe even a touch immature in the nicest way, you know, about dealing with relationships and actually dealing with his feelings about how to continue on with this relationship. But it doesn't mean it's ended. It just feels like it's going through a bit of a transition period right now. So what I'm showing for you to do is reach out and talk. You know, I've got the Lovers card coming in for you. I've got the Wish card coming in for you. So I do feel the outcome's good. I just feel at the moment it seems to be going through a really big dip. It seems like it's a little bit stagnant, but I do feel you're going to get through the other side. So even if it's a little bit outside of your comfort zone to reach out to open up to him, I do feel if you reach out and sort of train him and guide him how to come forward, then he will sort of get into the relationship more, if that makes sense. Okay, Heather, I hope that's answered your question. Also, there's a 20% discount on all my readings on the website. So if you do want a more in-depth reading, pop over there and there's 20% off. Okay, let me just see if there's any questions. Okay, I'm glad you could take that, Heather. Right, I'm just going to pop over to Instagram now and see if there's a question come up. It's so lovely to see you all because I speak to most of you on Instagram nearly every day. So let me just see if there's an actual question. Okay, beaches e-glass. Oh, beach sea glass, sorry. I can hardly say. Right, beaches sea glass. Let's see what's coming towards you this weekend and how can you prepare. Okay, I have good things happening for you this weekend. I don't know whether you've had a bit of a stagnating time between you and your partner. Would that make sense to you, beaches and glass? Because what I feel is perhaps there's been a bit of a standoff. Maybe they've pulled back. I do feel that sometimes they can be a little bit blunt or a little bit cold, tending towards the cold side, but I do feel you're going to get through that, if that makes sense to you, because I do feel there'll be romantic communication. So I feel how you prepare for this is to sort of, you know, anchor yourself in a good place, doing whatever it takes to do that, to be open to this communication, because I do feel by open communication, because it just has that feeling that you need to really talk, even though I think that there may be a bit of sometimes resistance from the other person because they are a little bit cold on the front, but underneath there's a lot going on. Okay, so be open, go forth, and I do have that there'll be a sort of a letting go of some of the old things that's happened in the past and a new understanding of the new things, you know, so it's like it puts you on a new footing in the relationship. Does that answer your question, Beaches? beach sea glass. I hope that helps you. Okay, right, I'm just going to go over to Facebook and see if there's any questions. Hello, everybody. It's so lovely to connect with you all. I can see people watching. Hi, Josh. Yes, of course. Let me see what's coming through for you. Josh Martinez. Josh Martinez does a fantastic readings, angel readings as well. So if you fancy an angel reading, look Josh Martinez up. Fabulous man. Okay, let's just have a little look for Josh. What's coming in for you? What do you need to be aware of? What do you need to do? Let's have a little look. Okay. All right, it seems that it feels like you are going through a bit of a transformation period where you're having to let go of maybe some disappointments that's been happening in your life. And this has made you perhaps feel a little bit despondent, if that makes sense to you. But what I'm being shown is don't take it too strongly. Don't make it turn your back on other opportunities. It's like almost a little bit, if you've been wounded, you tend to sort of head down and sulk a bit, or not sulk, but heal yourself. But this is sort of saying don't look down for too long. Look up, because there are really good opportunities around you. Not only opportunities where you continue to go quite strongly, sharing your light to others, if that makes sense to you, Josh. But it does feel, what I've got is the Six of Wands. So it feels like if you look up, it's almost like getting your mojo back, look up and, refocus yourself. Maybe have a little bit of a collaboration with someone. Maybe there's a new way of looking at things. This is work-wise, maybe there's a new way of looking at things. Maybe there's a new way of doing things, a new way of marketing things, a new way of approaching things. So it feels like you've got a really good things going. It just needs some attention and perhaps some help from some collaborators or different point of view to get it really up and going. With love, if I've got these cards come in, and I don't really feel that this is the start of a new relationship. I feel it's that you get your spark back. I feel this is coming in not to say it's the start of a new love and relationship. It may be, you can let me know. But what it feels like, more than anything, is it just feels like it's the start of a deeper self-love, like self-care and self-love. And actually discovering or recognizing the light that you've got inside of you. So it's actually probably a bit like seeing yourself as we see you, which is this shining light that's quite an amazing guy. It's like you actually can start seeing yourself as others see you and accepting this light you have, and then having this fulfillment so you can go forward and accept your wishes with this sense of self-worth and love. So I hope that all makes sense to you. I can't see if there's any comments. I hope that all makes sense to you, Josh. Okay, I'm going to pop now back to, I'm sort of doing 1, 2, 3, back to YouTube. Who have I got coming through? Heather, I'm glad you could take that. Okay, Tarot Lover, hi. Okay, let me see your question. Does he miss me? Okay, does he miss you? Is that just the question? Okay, does he miss me? Okay. So I'm just going to say, Tarot Lover, I'm just going to ask, does the person that you're thinking of miss you? Okay. And does he think about you? Right. And is there going to be any anything else you need to know about this situation? Okay, what I do feel is I'm not sure whether it feels like you've had an argument with this person or there's been a disagreement that's been quite a strong one. At the moment, I also feel that he's really sort of turning his back on you and being going off on his independent pathway. And I feel that the sort of root problem behind this, it does seem to be that there's been some perhaps fears, insecurities, um, and every time you've seemed to unravel this, there seems to be a root problem. And I don't want to go too deep online, but it just feels that there's been a lot of issues that you're obviously aware of. But it does feel that, yes, he does think of you. Yes, he misses you. But I do feel that he is blocking himself so much that he's going off on his independent pathway because he's quite stubborn, perhaps. And so, he's just getting on his way of moving away. It's quite blocking. So I do feel he's going off on his independent pathway, and turning his back towards you. So even if his heart's missing you, he's turning away and being a bit defensive. Now I've asked, what else do you need to know about the situation? What should you be doing? And I feel it is focusing more, I've shown that it's almost like you've got everything that you can from this relationship. So it's now time to perhaps move on to other things that are more fitting to your life purpose, your soul root, your higher purpose, and more fulfillment, more happiness. So although it's a painful period to go through now, and it's a difficult thing to see, it's almost like, you've had all that you've had all that you can from this. And although it is difficult to move and let go, if you do let go, you will be on the pathway to something better, better for you, better for your fulfillment. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you, tarot lover. Okay, I'm just going to have to turn my back. Yes, it resonates. I'm glad it resonates for you, Dana. I'm just going to have to. I've got an incense stick burning away over there. I can hardly breathe. Okay, right, let me go back to Instagram. So keep posting your questions because I've got another 10 minutes or so that I'm on. So let me just see who else is on Instagram. Okay, I really need guidance. Yeah, okay, Stefanzel, what's your question, darling? What do you need guidance with? So I can look directly at something rather than just doing a general reading. So can you post something up, Stefanzel? If not, I'll just see what Spirit has to say, what I feel you need to hear. Okay. Okay, Stefanzel, I presume it's Stephanie, is it? Steph, I'm just going to call you, about your love. Okay, listen, what I'm being shown for you is at the moment you're going through some really big changes, but it's almost like you're going through, and it may feel really difficult for you. It may feel that everything's sort of falling apart, but what is happening is you're really sort of taking down these protective walls that you and your partner, or you've built around you. So although it's making you feel very insecure, it's actually getting back to something that's very real, if that makes sense. So what I feel like saying is like, go with it. Take some time out for yourself. Don't keep putting so much pressure on yourself. Do things that make you feel good. And that may mean backing off from a few people. Put in some, does it look like you, this card? So it is like putting some boundaries up while you have some time on your own to get settled in your life, to know really what you want to do. This is all about, it's a situation that you can't ignore anymore. These changes have to happen. And these changes will be beneficial for you. It just feels like you've got to push through that. So at the moment, it's time to do things that make you feel good. It's backing away from certain people in your life and putting your boundaries up. It may mean staying in for the weekend, going out into nature. It may mean doing some meditation or some hypnosis to get your head in a better place, to ground yourself and protect your energies. Okay, because when you feel more centered, when you feel more grounded, when you're not in this, at the moment it feels like your energies are vibrating with the changes and the insecurities, and that's making you feel quite anxious, and it's sort of saying you just need to pause, ground yourself, get yourself into perhaps a better frame of mind, and then you will be more prepared to go forward with these new revelations, these new truths that you sort of, when you're tapping into yourself about what you want, how you want to be treated, then with these new revelations, a new mindset, you're able to go forward, and you start, because at the moment it's almost like you're so scared, you're stopping life, turning, and this is saying allow these changes to happen. Hold on tight, you're going to go through these changes. So do things that make you feel good, but allow these changes to happen, because the changes that you go through will bring you closer to fulfillment, to your wishes, but it will reveal a lot of truths that have been going on, and these will clear up a lot of things and make you feel better. Does that make sense? Yeah, feeling very stuck, and that's the fear. So this is saying don't feel the fear. Do other things to help you through that fear. So listen to something positive. Just think, okay, universe, I trust you. Let's go for it. It is sort of just doing something that feels uplifting and allow these changes to take place. So I hope that helps you. Okay, hope that makes sense to you. Right, I'm just going to go over to Facebook now to see who's on, and then I'll come back to YouTube in a moment. Okay, let's see if anyone else has got a question on Facebook. I don't know who's still on. Ah, that's lovely, Josh. My darling, you're always on point. 1,000 thank yous. It's been lovely to connect with you again, Josh. It's always lovely to speak to you. Okay, I'm not quite sure who's still on. Tarun, energy level. Okay. Tarun, it's lovely to connect with you. I've just seen your energy levels. So I presume that's a question for you. So I'm just going to pull any card to see what's coming out for you, Tarun. Tarun is a fantastic energy healer, I think based in Norway, Norwegian. So yeah, if anyone needs some good healing vibes, please look her up. Let's just have a little look, see what comes out up for you for your energy levels and what you can do. Oh, wow. It feels like you are going through some incredible changes. I've got you going through a really big transformation. So you may be feeling a little bit low, because I do feel, obviously, you're very sensitive. So this is telling me at the moment, perhaps with the new moon coming in, there's a lot of new things coming in. So it's a time where if you are feeling your energy level a little bit low, it's because there's a lot coming away from you. You're going through a transformation. You're going through this resurrection, because look at the next card coming through. You're stepping right into this new strengthening energy. So all the energy work you've been doing, all the new learning lessons you've been doing, and everything it's like you've been building up to this point, and now the changes are really going to set in. It loosens up perhaps where you may have been a little bit stuck. Is it business wise? I'm not sure whether this is coming in sort of saying financial changes as well, but it does just feel like this sort of steps you into a new power when you really step into yourself, step into these new changes, and almost shred your skin. So you may be going through a time where you're feeling your energy level a little bit low, because it's going through this rebirth period. So you know better than anyone, it's just time to sort of maybe stay in, do your energy healing, be out in nature, cleanse yourself, drink plenty of water. That's the feeling that comes in. I feel quite dehydrated as well at the moment when I'm connecting with you, so just feel like you need to perhaps relax a bit and drink lots. Does that make sense to you? Okay, hope that does. It's been lovely to connect with you. Right, I'm just going to go over to YouTube now and see who's on. Anyone else, just put a question. I can see lots of people joining on Instagram, but if you do want something, if you want a card, please ask your question and I shall answer you in just a moment. I'll just get back to YouTube and see. Passionness. Will I get the job at AMI Prize? Feels very positive. It does feel very positive. You know, I have that. I feel that you will do. I feel that it'll work out and it will be everything you've been wanting to. Perhaps it's a little bit out of your comfort zone, so you'll have to really pull it out, this confidence, to feel it. And you may have to learn a few new things to be able to do it all, if that makes sense to you. You may have to learn a different way of taking things on and doing things. But I do feel that yes, you will get the job. I've got really positive cards coming through there, so I don't know whether you know tarot, but yes, they're very positive cards, so I would say that that was a yes. In fact, what I'm going to do, I was given this beautiful from the White Witch Parlor, so you can look them up on Instagram or on their website. I'm just going to ask will you get the job? And yes, I get a definite yes with my pendulum as well. So passionless. Oh, okay, so it is a little bit out of your comfort zone. Yeah, well, I'm being told that it may be pushing you, but yes, you will get the job and you will be able to learn. Pace yourself. Don't get overwhelmed. Baby steps. Ask for help. Study. You know, don't be frightened to ask, because you're learning something, okay? But yes, I do feel really positive for the job at AMI Prize. So please let me know how you get on. Okay, I'm just going to go over to Instagram now. This is really strange having the 3 cameras. Same. Does feel funny. Okay, lovely. Let me just see who's over on Instagram. And I think I've just answered you. Great. Is that the same job? Yes, I think so. Okay, Witch Skull 20. Will I find an apartment soon? Yes, I do feel that you will. Okay, I feel that you will. Let me see what's coming in. Okay. And let me see what's blocking it. Right. Oh, okay. I do feel you will. I mean, again, I'm going to use my new pendulum, but I do feel that you will find an apartment soon. I feel at the moment you are perhaps looking in the wrong direction and there are more choices out there, and you will be able to get the money together that you need, or the loan will come in, or your credit score will come in. Whatever it is that you're waiting for will come in. It's just happening a little bit slower than you like. And maybe you like be a little bit more in control of things and it's not quite happening the way you want, but it doesn't mean to say it's not going to happen. I feel that yes, you will definitely get the apartment soon, and more than that, you will get the means that you've been waiting quite quickly, and it will all go ahead. So I hope that's answered your question. Okay, I'm just going to pop over to Facebook and see if anyone else has got a question there. I've got lots of people. Michelle Jones. Okay. Are you still on, Michelle? Because I see a few people have left, because I know I'm getting slow coming round to everybody. I'm not sure whether you're still on. Let me see. Frank. Hi, Frank. Let me see if I've got a little message for Frank. Let's just see what comes in, because I think you're still there. If anybody's still there, because I see it's gone right down to 3 people. So let me just see who's on. Let me see for Frank. Okay, do you know what, Frank? You are on the verge. It just feels like on the verge of really big changes. I know for a long time you've been sort of really putting a lot of effort into achieving your goals and your perhaps career goals. I believe that's happening, you know, and this is going to bring you a lot of peace, and a lot of, it just feels like things start relaxing within your energy. I feel that you've been through quite a difficult time, and you've had to sort of perhaps even cut off some of your emotions to get through that time. Now it feels like everything's really coming together, so it is just feels like you're getting there. Don't push it, wait, it's all really coming together. And it sometimes even feels maybe not to try so hard, you know, sort of sit back and let it all take place. Your intuition is really taking off, and this is saying really trust in all your intuition, all the messages that are coming, they're getting better and better. And I just feel that all that comes in is that you just get into a better, look at this, the 10 of cups. So even though you've been through some really difficult times, and that's caused you to, as I say, maybe have to rethink about how you look at life and how you feel about things, it all seems to be coming round. So you're getting that happiness from a different place, which is within, but also obviously with your connections with the spirit world. So I hope that makes sense to you, Frank. And okay, Anne, I'll be back to you in one moment. I'm just going to pop to YouTube and see what's going on there. Okay, who's left on YouTube? Bonita, what's happening in my love life this year? Okay, all right, Bonita, let me just see what will be happening in your love life. Quite a lot by the looks of things. Okay, what I feel is that it's time to step up your game and perhaps start going. And have you been hiding away a little bit, or staying in a bit too long distance? This is saying, you know, step out of your comfort zone, step out and start reaching out, because I do feel there is somebody coming in. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is somebody who's either he's in your life around now, if not he will be stepping into your life even more. He's he's a strong character. Maybe does that make sense? You're hiding in your house. Well, get out, because you're not going to meet anybody there, Bonita. So this is saying, yes, get out of your comfort zone, even if it's just baby steps, you know, going out with your friends, going out to a club, joining something that you're really interested in, you know, just so that you are getting out and communicating with people. Because look what happens once you start moving the energy, you start getting towards your wishes, you start opening in love. Because if you're very closed off and scared, then no one's going to come to you. You have to sort of step into it and open up. So it is about getting out the house, being a bit more braver, and welcome someone in, because at the moment, because you've got your borders up, you know, no one can get to you. So it is the first steps is getting out, Bonita, and then something will happen. You totally understand. So glad you could take that. So yeah, you don't have to sort of go out and start partying, but find something that's within your interest, just so you start getting out, building your confidence up. And then yes, I do have someone coming into your life. They're there. It's sort of like they're here waiting to come in, but until you get out and start welcoming people and opening up a little bit, you know, they will come into your life. Okay, Bonita, I'm glad you can take that. Okay, right, let me just go back to Instagram and see who. Okay, that's a really nice one. Lucy X. Let me just see what comes in. Lucy X. Will I get my wish? I feel this is I feel that at the moment I'm getting quite negative vibes around it. Maybe it's because, let me just see what you can do to help move this energy along. But what I have to say, because I keep getting with the pendulum and with the other cards, I do feel that it's a no. However, what I do feel is perhaps you're wishing for the wrong thing, if that would make sense to you, because this is all about letting go of some things and looking at the other opportunities that are in. And once you start doing that, you will get your wish, but it may come in a different form. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you, Lucy X. Let me just see. Okay. So, okay, lovely witch skull. Okay. Right. I'm just going to go. Okay, Priya, I've just seen your message. Are you still there, Priya? Okay. Let me just go to. Hi, Helen. Hi, Helen, darling. How you doing? Let me just see if there's a message for you. Oh, I can see the message. You're going to go and have a fantastic time in March with all your sisters. All right, Helen, let me just see what's coming up with you. Okay, Helen, it feels like you're feeling a bit down at the moment, a little bit disappointed with some things, and it feels like you're pulling on all your energies just to sort of hold everything together and keep on going forward. But this energy is breaking, and again it feels like don't get too distracted by anything negative, because it might mean, right, so it just feels at the moment there's this energy that's pulling you down a little bit. So you're sitting in the middle as a mum, nurturing everyone, you're trying your best, but you're also draining your energy, if that makes sense to you. So it feels like try not to be distracted by this energy, because what it'll do is it stops you looking forward at other opportunities that are coming in. Okay, so I do feel that this energy will change, but you need to not let everybody else's energy affect you so much, because then it drains you a little bit. And I know it happens so much being a mum, and I know the position you're in with it, but it is just sort of saying sometimes you just got to look after yourself and your own energies first, if that makes sense to you. By doing so, you will keep carrying on the pathway you're going, because I do feel there's more opportunities coming in for you. Those opportunities also do bring in more stability. They also bring in travel. Hopefully that is us in where we go in Gibraltar dancing together. But what the other way this is sort of saying, you know, that it will lead to more possibilities, more stability, and more happiness, and yeah, and just positive travel. So I hope you're still there for that, Helen. I'm just going to go to do Julie and Diane, and then I shall answer you, Priya, because I can see you in YouTube. So I just get to you in a moment. Okay, Julie, let me see what comes in. Julie looked after my puppies while I was away. They looked after my little babies, so that was brilliant, Julie. Okay, let me just see, Julie. Let's see what comes in for you. Right, what's the block? You know, again, I feel like that at the moment you feel that you're not quite sure in what direction you're getting pulled in. It does seem like that you've got new opportunities coming in, and I do feel that there's going to be some really positive news coming into your life. And what I get shown is, and I know you're a really, really positive person, but this is sort of saying don't let sleepless nights, this is sometimes about insomnia, that can also bring in fears. So it's like if you're not sleeping right, you're getting this insomnia that's preventing you being able to look at all these opportunities and achieve. This is achieving better money and better work. So I hope that makes sense to you, Julie, that's what's coming in. And Helen, thank you. Makes complete sense. Lots of changes at work. All right, Helen. Well, give me a buzz if you want to. Oh, you want to read it? She's my cousin, mate. She's wonderful. So, Helen, yeah, please give us a shout if you would like a proper deep reading. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you, Julie. So, it is trying to do something to make yourself sleep better, which will bring in less confusion, because this is the moon card. This is sort of showing that there just seems to be, sometimes if you're not sleeping right, you see perhaps more obstacles in front of your way than the solutions. And this is saying if you do sleep correctly, looking after yourself and keeping that anxiety away, that you can then tap into your intuition and you will know which pathway to follow. I hope that makes sense to you, Julie. Okay, I'll get back to you, Diane, in 1 minute. I'm just going to look at Priya. Will I marry? Let's have a look at you, Priya. Okay, you're just wanting to have a look to see, will you marry? So let me just see. Will Priya get married in the near future? I do feel that. And will it be with someone? Right, what I do feel, Priya, is that perhaps I'm going to switch the light on because I don't know whether everybody can see me. That's better. It's gotten dark so quickly here. Okay, Priya, what I do have is that maybe sometimes if you're thinking too much or worrying about this or obsessing it too much about one particular thing, you may be blocking this energy, okay? So it's almost like just relax and let things happen. I do feel that there is a definite yes. You will marry someone, and yes, they will be coming. They will travel because they will be from a different country. So yes, but just relax a little bit about it if that makes sense to you, Priya. Okay, I'm just going to answer lemon zest, sorry, and then I'll close down on YouTube and just head over to the last few that are on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, so lemon zest. Will you get your desired salary? So should you ask? You've got a little bit of a fight on your hand there, lemon zest. You know, you want to get your pay negotiation, okay? Because what I'm getting, first of all, are quite a lot of negative feelings about it, but I'm also getting that I feel that yes, you should ask, yes, you should try to negotiate. You've got to push it and push to see what you can get. Because I do feel you will negotiate. You might not get your desired salary, but you definitely will get an improvement. So yes, don't, it's time to push out. I want to follow you. Sorry, I'm just getting another message in. Sorry. Yes, definitely push for it. You may not get the exact salary that you're asking for, the 40K, but definitely push for it, ask for it, and negotiate, because you will get more, just maybe not exactly what you want. But don't make them, it feels like they may be the ones saying that they've not got it, they can't do it, but they can, so push for it. Okay, lemon zest. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, thanks very much for watching me on YouTube. I will get back to you. I will come on again maybe next week, so look out if you just follow me or subscribe, and I'll let you know when I'm coming on. Sorry that I couldn't get to you all. Many blessings and thank you very much. And okay, right.